Wait, we're in San Francisco. Ian, can we do one more? Since
Yeah.
we're in San Francisco, can we talk about the San Francisco company?
The San Francisco treat.
That I actually had to convince Rashad to actually invest in, and he asked me for 5 months. Why?
And I told you last year was fire.
Can we talk about Salesforce?
Yep.
Salesforce went up 10% last week on reports that they have increased their guidance. And we spoke about guidance a few weeks ago. That is the potential future revenue of the company. So they increased their guidance and they're strong for 2022. Mm-hmm. And there's strong inklings that might get raised again. A lot has to do with the increase in e-commerce businesses, which means that will be a lot more of acquisitions. Well, the acquisition of Slack would mean much more, right? Because now you can interact with your community inside of your own business. So did you say that? You called me. You said, what? You called me and said, what happened? What happened with Salesforce? I said, guidance was raised, my man.
Yeah, and I'm not betting against Mark Benioff. For those of you who read Money Master the Game, you have to realize, like, Tony has coached. There's not many people Tony has coached, but two of them, Paul Tudor Jones, the Michael Jordan of futures, and Benioff. I'm not betting against Salesforce. And for those of you who work in corporate, there aren't many replacements to it. So it's not as sexy as Google and Amazon and Apple, but if you go, and I'll say this too, if you want to be rich, go watch every episode of Market Mondays. Please share this with 5 friends, give it 5 stars on Apple, right? But we told you about this months ago, and they had a deep drawdown, gave a price to get in.
Yeah.
But historically, if you look at CRM, the impact that it's had on business culture, and we can argue without them, the software as a service model would not be as prevalent as it is today. If you go back and look at the chart historically, in 2004 is at 225. So when did Diplomatic Community come out in 04? Or was it 05? I think 04.
04.
Yeah. And it's at 279. Who in here wished, if you're above 35, wished that you had have held CRM since then? Because a lot of times people will say, well, you didn't know that this company was going to be that dominant. In 01, people knew Apple was going to be that dominant because there was thousands of reports on it. Same with Microsoft, same with CRM, same with Stryker, same with Pfizer, same with Eli Lilly, same with Johnson & Johnson. Like, there are certain ones that are clear-cut winners that you cannot deny. Salesforce is one of them. And then my personal target in 5 years for CRM is 418.54.
418.54.
So...
Yeah, that drawback, and we spoke about it when it happened. We said a lot of the drawback had to do with the $27 billion acquisition of Slack. And we've seen that with companies after they acquired other businesses, that there's a pullback because people look like, all right, well, guidance is going to go down because they had to spend so much to acquire another company. But that company is actually going to help bring more revenue in. And so we're kind of seeing that play out. We'll see what happens. So a full year, I think this November, it'll be a full year since the acquisition. So we'll see what happens.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is a whole lot of game. Whole lot of game was provided. The first segment of Market Monday.
I got one more thing. Can we do one more real quick?
Yes, we can.
And it'll be like a little tidbit. It's just like if anybody didn't read this, because
this bell just keeps ringing.
I think it's time for the ferries to stop.
I'm just wondering what
I think every half hour it comes on. So it's now, what time is it here? 6 o'clock here, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard. Coinbase. We didn't get to talk about crypto. Maybe we'll spend a lot of time on it next Monday. So they are now allowing U.S. users to deposit any percentage of their paychecks directly into their accounts in the coming weeks. Right? Deposits can either be in U.S. dollars or immediately transferred into cryptocurrencies with no fees. I read that and I said, wow.
That's a hell of a marketing strategy. Which tops Robinhood's wallet and their little college tour that they're doing. Robinhood, you better counter real fast. Smart, very smart. Because then, but behind that, Coinbase can roll out the education of if you dollar cost average. And I put it today, like if you dollar cost average, the annual return on Bitcoin is 69% over the last 7 years. The stock is getting beat up. Job well done. That was a hell of a move when I saw it.
Wow.
Yeah. Space is getting competitive.
Yeah. I'm still not comfortable doing that with my Chase account.
I am.
I don't like it.
Like,
I'm not going to do it.
But again, that could be a generational thing. I noticed some people like that's the only thing they do. So interesting, man. It's just fascinating. Every day there's something like that. Just is like, wow, that's amazing.
If you study the history of, well, I'll say this. Do you guys know? Well, I'll give you a homework assignment. Go Google which founder was a part of American Express that then went to go start Wells Fargo. If you go look at the history of banking, it is very similar to when American Express had a founder with amazing ideas. One had to leave, had to go west, San Francisco, and started very parallel. Robinhood and Coinbase are going to be competitors for decades to come. But when you have a space that is as hot as crypto and you need one trusted leader, there's going to be a lot of competition there. And the things that you need to study on the industry, if you're interested in it, they're already there. You need to go look at the building of Bank of America, the building of JP Morgan Chase, the building of Wells Fargo, and the building of American Express to understand how this is going to play out over the next 20 or 30 years.
Henry Wells, the names are coming in. The answers are coming in, sir.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Hence Wells Fargo.
Brandon, am I still one of the most fascinating humans on earth? And we ain't even getting to the John Wick talk yet.
You're getting better every day, man.
Listen, man.